What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya.
Well, I finally got my wife to play a game that I'm a really big fan of.
I was reluctant to play this game at first because I just wasn't feeling the theme. But he wore me down. So today we're going to talk about Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Quacks of Quedlinburg is a game designed by Wolfgang Warsch and published by North Star Games. Let's go to the table for a quick overview of how this game is played. The Quacks of Quedlinburg is a bag building game for 2 to 4 players where the players are quack doctors competing to concoct a miracle elixir to cure whatever ails you. To set up the game, we would take the scoreboard and put it in the middle of the table. The scoreboard also has a round tracker, and the game is going to last 9 rounds. We would take this little flame marker and put it at the beginning of the round tracker. Each player is going to take one of their colored tokens and put it near the scoreboard. And then the last person who has cooked something will become the first player. And they would take this fortune teller deck and shuffle it up and place it near the scoreboard in reach of all players, along with this bonus die. Each player is going to get a player board, which represents the cauldron that they're going to be concocting their miracle elixir in. They're also going to take the water droplet of their color and they're going to put it right in the center of the cauldron. They're going to take their rat tail and they're going to put it there. Take their bottle face side up, put it here, and I'll explain what both of these do in a little bit. And then they're going to get one of these bags filled with their starting ingredients, which is depicted by this diagram here. Now, before I go on, I have to point out a couple of things. These containers did not come with the game. I bought these at the dollar store. But more importantly, these ingredient tokens do not come with the game. I saw these at the Board Game Geek store, and I had to get them. They really add to the beauty of this game. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to cook up your elixir without your cauldron exploding. And you're drawing ingredients out of your bag to put into your cauldron. Your starting ingredients is a spider token, you have a pumpkin token, and you have cherry bombs. And your cherry bombs are what's going to cause your elixir to explode. And you don't want that. So the spider and the pumpkin have a number 1 on them. The cherry bombs have a number 1, 2, and 3. Now, to start the game, the first player is going to draw a card off this fortune teller deck and reveal it to all players. And it's going to give all the players a special benefit. Like it might tell you to move your water droplet up 1, or you might get an extra ingredient. Once that's done, then all the players at the same time are going to draw 1 ingredient out of their bag and place it on the board. So let's say I draw, what is this? I draw 1, cherry bomb. So depending on the number, that's how far I would go in. So I will place this here. Then we will all draw another ingredient. We're doing all this at the same time. So let's say what I draw another one. So I'm going to place that here. So right now I have a power of 2 cherry bombs. So how your cauldron will explode is if ever you have cherry bombs and you add the numbers on the cherry bombs and that total is more than 7, then your cauldron exploded and you have to stop. So let's go to the next one. Oh, I drew another one. So I'm at 3. Go in again. Oh, wow. What is that? A 2. So now I go 1, 2. So now I'm at a total of 5. Now the thing is, I still have a 3 in my bag. So I got to decide whether or not I want to keep going or whether I want to stop. Now if I choose to stop, I lay my bag down, say I stop. All right, but let's say I didn't stop. I pull this out. That's a 1. I go there. Pretty much at the beginning of the game, you know what you got in there. So you're like, oh, do I want to chance this? I go again. Ooh, drew that pumpkin. So let's say that's a 3. I would have exploded. But let's say I got my spider right here. I decide to stop. So I lay my bag down. Now, once all players have passed, then we go into finding out, first of all, who made it the farthest into their cauldron without exploding. So let's say I did it. I would get to roll this bonus die and get the benefit. You know, that would give me 2 victory points. Now, then, how far did I get in? Okay, I got here, so we would take the numbers from here. So let's get closer. I will get 1 victory point, and then I will get 9 coin or funds. They don't really say it in the game, but that's how much I can use to buy more ingredients to put in my bag. Also, you see that red crystal? I will get one of these red crystals, and I will put it over here, and depending on the number of crystals, I can use those to do a couple other special things. If I had exploded, since I didn't explode, I can get both the victory points and the coin to buy more ingredients. If I had exploded, so let's say I actually did put that 3 here. That 3 would end up here. I'd be able to choose either the victory points or the coin. I can't get both. So it doesn't really hit you that hard. So you really got to decide which one do I want. After everyone has stopped drawing from their bag, whether they just decided to stop or their cauldron exploded, then we will follow this track that tells you what to do after every round. First thing we would do is see who got the farthest, rolling the bonus die, which I showed you that, and I got 2 victory points. Then we would activate any of these ingredients that's in our cauldron. At the beginning of the game, the only one that can be in your cauldron right now is a spider token, which you started with. And the power that we're using for the spider token is if it is the last or the second to last ingredient that you placed in your cauldron, then you would get one of these red crystals. So now I have 2 of these. I already showed you that. If you have a crystal on the last space that you stop, you will get a crystal. And then we will get our victory points. So let's say the blue player, oh, I messed that up. That's my 2 player. Let's say the blue player, their cauldron exploded, so they decided to take the coin. So they wouldn't get any victory points. Me, myself, I get 1 victory point. So I go up to 3. And then we would go buy new ingredients to place in our bag. These are the ingredients that are available to purchase and put in your bag. There are some more ingredients that will come out in later rounds. The cost of the ingredients is shown right up under the picture of the token. So this one will cost 10. This one will cost 3. You can buy a maximum of 2 ingredients, and the ingredients that you buy have to be different. So I couldn't buy 2 pumpkins. So I had 9 coinage to buy. So let's say I'm going to buy one of these pumpkins for 3, a level 1. All of these are level 1. Then I'm going to buy a level 1 toadstool for 6. And I will take these and put them in the bag, and then take all the ingredients that I had out on my board and put those back in the bag. Put all the ingredients that I started with, put them back in the bag. Now, each of these ingredients, when pulled, with the exception of the pumpkin, give you some kind of special benefit. So, like I showed with the spider, if the spider token is the last or the second last to the token that you added to your cauldron, then you would get one of those red crystals. The last thing we would do at round end is this action here. Everybody who has a pair of crystals will have the opportunity to discard them, returning them to the supply to get a special benefit. So I have two crystals. I decide to discard them, and I can either move my water droplet forward one space, because remember, when we're placing ingredients in our cauldron, we're starting at that water droplet, or I could flip this bottle that I had over to its active side. So, best time to explain what this does. So, when placing ingredients into your cauldron, of course, you're trying not to explode. So, let's say you haven't even gotten far into your cauldron, and you pull out the level 3 cherry bomb, which brings you to 6. At that time, when you pull it, you can drink this, flipping it over to its inactive side, and put that level 3 cherry bomb back into your bag. And then you place this. So I can spend those two crystals to put this back on its active side so I can use it again. After we do that, we remove the round tracker, one space, and if you can see, that adds another ingredient to the market. And then we would start the round all over again. But before I go back to the cauldron, I want to point out this rat here. Blue has 0 points. The red has 3 points. There's a rat tail in between these two score markers. For however many rat tails that the other players are behind the first player, they will take this token and they will put it here. So as I showed you, it was one rat tail. I will place this here, and then now I'm starting to place my ingredients here. So it's a catch-up mechanism in the game. So let's say the first player is like 3 rat tails. We would do that, and then that person would start there. And that's pretty much the game. You go to the next round, you start putting in your ingredients, trying to get as far as you can around this board. Buying new ingredients, making sure you don't explode, because you want to buy new ingredients to put in your bag, to dilute the bag, give you special powers, and make it a less chance of the cherry bombs to come out and cause your elixir to explode. And then after 9 rounds, whoever has the most victory points is the winner of the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
So when you first told me about the subject of this game, it just did not appeal to me. But when we finally played the game, I found that I wasn't immersed in the theme, so I was able to just overlook it and enjoy the gameplay.
I told you was gonna have fun with this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I played this game a lot, and I've enjoyed every gameplay of it. You know,
Yes.
And everybody around the table has had a good time. They get to cash talking, even though we're all we're doing is pulling tokens out of the bag.
Yeah.
So, all right, we talked about theme. You said you wasn't that crazy about the theme, but the theme is just really not there.
Exactly.
Okay, but now what I like about the theme is the setting. You know, Quedlinburg is an actual city in Germany, and it is known for its medieval streets. You know, it actually has a castle and all that. So I really like that. You know, I looked up a picture, and it looks just like it does on the box.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed the theme of this game. So what do you think about components?
Well, you know what? The components are just okay, but I like the art. I think the art is quirky. It's a little bit different, so I like that. Has a little character.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the components, you know, you got your basic components, good quality cardboard and all that. But I had to get the upgraded components for Board Game Geek because, like I said, we played this so many times that the ingredient tokens started fading or chipping or whatever. They look like they've been played with. And so when I was like, okay, I got to go ahead and get the upgraded components. And I think it really adds to the game.
It adds to table presence.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so, and like the art, I agree with you about the art. It is a unique art.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so mechanics.
This is a unique game. I really enjoyed it. I like that it's a little bit push your luck.
Yeah, it was a lot of push your luck.
So I kind of like that aspect of it, even though I tend to play it safe, but I like that component. And I like that everybody does something at the same time.
Oh, simultaneous gameplay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I actually like that part of it.
Yeah, I like to push your luck. It kind of reminds you, like, I'm not really, when it comes to dice, dice don't really roll my way. And this is kind of the same way, but you're able to mitigate what you pull out of your bag because you're buying more ingredient tokens to add to your bag to kind of dilute the cherry bombs.
Well, not only that, like you say, you have some idea of what the odds are.
Yeah,
So
because
it's-
you know what you bought.
You know what you have in the bag. You know what you've already pulled. So it's not a blind draw.
Right. So you're able to do that. And I like the fact that, you find yourself invested in everybody else's turn.
Yeah.
Because, when everybody stops and then somebody's like, I'm going to keep going. And now you're like, chug, 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 chug,
Yeah, yeah.
And you find yourself like, yeah, he pulled, and
Yeah.
it gets to a point where you don't really care who won.
Yeah.
You just, like, is everybody having a good time?
Yeah, it's a fun game, and it doesn't bring out that alpha competitor in you.
Well, some people just have it in them no matter what they play.
Well, that's not my struggle, so
So what do you think about the teach?
I think it's a game that children can play. And of course, I like the push your luck because it teaches
What are the
Proba-
odds?
yeah, it teaches probability in a roundabout fun way.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's just a really fun game. Pulling stuff out of the bag. What are your odds? What are your chances or whatever? And like I said, invested in everybody, and it's just a really cool game. It's nice. So overall, did you enjoy your gameplay of it?
It's a fun game. It's a lightweight game, and it's quirky and unique.
Yeah, it's not like it does stand out.
Yes.
The Quacks of Quedlinburg. The name makes you like, what? So when we talked about our top 5 Christmas games, I would have loved to put this on the list, but it costs over $40. So I would have loved to put this on the list. It's like one of my top games from last year, and I want to play this game again and again. So I'm glad I got those upgraded tokens.
Most definitely.
So that is Quacks of Quedlinburg. If you like the content of this video, feel free to hit the like button. Please subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And like I said, Quacks of Quedlinburg, great game to buy this holiday season. I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
And we will see you next time.